Hello, I'm Elijah Cloud. It's my first like YouTube video, like proper where I'm like purposely recording. Nonetheless, I love cars, everything that has to do with it, and like even the science that's involved with it. Always, always have. My grandpa got me into cars, and I grew up playing like Forza, Gran Turismo, and like different games like that. Also Halo, henceforth Master Chief, and the other crap back there. I train boxing and football, a bunch of other sports involved, but primarily boxing. I do photography, a lot of different things, but I primarily love cars, and that's what I want to do for a living. Henceforth, I'm making a YouTube video. Nonetheless, when I was 18, I got my first car, which was a 2006 Acura RSX base model. Came with the K20A3, same thing. I did like the EP3, and I think one of the Civics had it too. It had the iVTEC, so like the intelligent VTEC, which is like the crappy one. But it was still cool nonetheless for a first car. Just driving it, having fun with me and my friends, my little brothers. The first thing that I did was put wheels on them, so I got some 19-inch Motegi or whatever it's called. They did not fit the car, obviously. It's like they're gigantic. Also, here's a picture of the car. But yeah, so they absolutely didn't fit. So they would scrape constantly on the bottom and whatnot, and it would like ruin the sidewalls of the tires. But being stupid and young. But anyways, so also the shocks blew out in the back, which was terrible. So I couldn't have any of my fat friends in the backseat of the car, so limited by weight at that point. But I love that car. I did a lot. I did roadside assistance, like helping people on the side of the road out of that stupid little car. I did pressure washing and like the car detailing out of it as well. So like, overall just having a lot of fun with it. After I put the wheels, I put an exhaust, just a conventional tri-Y setup for Hondas. It was a stepped header on top of that into a 3.5-inch exhaust down into a 5-inch exit, like just a conventional JDM exhaust. It was fun. It was a cool car. It sucked though. It's like it wasn't fast. It was just did the bare minimum. It was just fun and it handled well, and I had a lot of fun with it until this day. I was going like 140, give or take, 140, 130. And for some reason, it just started knocking like crazy. There's a lot of things that happened in between there, but I called my boss and I was like, hey man, I can't go to work. My car's about like it's done. I'm like just babying it all the way to work, and he like yelled at me. He's like, nah, bro, you gotta be here this night. He was telling me how like I messed up on something. I didn't, but nonetheless, he had the full notion that I did. But so I made it to work. I got off work at like 8 o'clock and tried to baby it to my house. I only made it to my mom's house, which was like 10 miles away from mine, and it never ran again at that moment. And so yeah, it's been sitting for a year and a half to this date, at different locations. So it sat at my cousin's house, and it sat at my mom's house, and then I got a storage unit so I could be able to work on my car in there and to like just do a little crap out of it. And then I got a place with my big brother, and so I was like, well, it makes no sense for me to leave my car over here, like 20 minutes away, give or take on how fast I drive. I could bring it to the house so I could be able to work on it and be able to get it back up and running. But what ended up happening is I got lazy, obviously, because I don't know what's up with these project cars, but they just like take away the life out of you sometimes. But one of these days I was doom scrolling on like TikTok on my phone, and I told my little brother upstairs, I'm like, hey bro, come down, like let's start working on this car. So I sat there, started taking things apart slowly but surely, and took out the engine, lifted it up. My neighbor came out. My neighbor Min, his house is to the left of mine, or to the right, depending on how you're looking at it perspectively. But he came outside. He's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm taking out my engine. He's just like, where? Like, where's your cherry picker? I'm like, oh, I sold it because I'd sold all my stuff from my shop, so I only have like my hand tools, my impacts, you know, the bare minimum. And I sold all that, so I was just lifting up the engine. I'm decently strong. I don't have any clips of me working out, but like eventually I'll be able to be like, oh, here you go. I don't record myself while working out. I find it weird, but maybe I will one day. But yeah, so I was sitting there lifting it out, and I got the K20 to be able to sit parallel with the wheels and like try to pull it out as good as possible. Didn't work the best, but eventually I dropped the engine and the transmission in between the subframe, and so I had to have my neighbor help. So eventually we got it out. It fell right in front of the car, and I was just like, you know what? Hey, it's out the car. We're just gonna leave it there for today. Then my sister, she got frustrated with me, and she was like, oh, you gotta move this engine. It can't just be sitting here in the driveway like that. And I was like, fine. Just took off the transmission, engine, and I slowly but surely carried it to like on the side in front of the garage door. And I was taking apart the engine perfectly fine. I was recording videos for like Instagram and like TikTok here and there. But then I was like getting absolutely peppered and killed by these mosquitoes outside because, yeah, they're terrible. And so I was like, well, I might as well just take it into my room. So I took it to my room, and I've been disassembling it in here because I don't gotta worry about mosquitoes. It's colder and not hot either. Like it, you know, I get climates of weather, so that's like a great thing. But anyways, where I'm at right now is I took it apart, and the timing chain guide, the sprockets on it had like sheared off, not fully, but a little bit. So I'm guessing it allowed there to be plain timing chain, i.e. like making a timing chain slap. And slowly but surely I kind of ruined the engine. Also, when taking off the head, one of the valves were bent. Two of them actually. One was slightly bent, one was like fully bent, which I don't know. I have it outside. I don't care about that head, but I do have it nonetheless. What are my plans? Eventually, I do want to get into time attack racing, grid life racing entirely, like unlimited. So, you know, kind of balls to the wall. I guess that's like the proper thing to say. I don't know, but yeah, nonetheless, that's what I want to do. But budget is important. That stuff is very expensive. Like, I want a lightweight crankshaft for the car so I could lower the rotational mass of the engine, i.e. letting it rev faster and quicker and even higher consistently. Lightweight flywheel, different things like that. The crankshaft alone costs $3,500 without shipping. I bought the car for like $5,000 with taxes included, and you know, no, that's a lot of money. So, and also the car's not running, so why would I buy a crankshaft that's that crazy expensive unless I can find it for cheaper? Someone knows where I can find a lightweight crankshaft that doesn't weigh 40 pounds, because that's what the stock one weighs, give or take. Let me know. But nonetheless, what are my plans for it right now in stage one? It is get it to run and drive and be better than it was stock. So I'm gonna run down the price list real quick, and I'll show like eBay scrolling on the side if I learn how to do that. By the way, never edited videos, here and there, but like nothing like this before. So start off with obviously K-Series tucked engine harness, which is, by the way, I want everything for stage one to be sponsored by what are they called, eBay Motors, you know, so that way whatever I could do, y'all could do, and it's easily replicated. Though it's not gonna be like an instruction guide. I'm just a young dude trying to have fun with my car as is, but nonetheless. So K-Series tucked engine harness, $46.49, pretty cheap. Hybrid racing, cold air intake. Most likely I'll learn how to make my own intake piping, but nonetheless, that's $284.99. Silicone radiator hoses kit that goes all the way around, so it's pretty cool. You know, the riser look from like 2006, like Fast and Furious. I have a GTR up there. I'll show you later, but yeah, K-Series intake manifold, so, you know, I could get more CFMs going through the engine. Two-row aluminum radiator, obviously need better cooling. Water pump, DC5 LED headlights with the halo lights involved with that. Those are combined total of like $300. 2-piece CV axle. I need CV axles because one of them I dislocated and the other one is just old or rusted, and I don't really feel like putting old parts. US intake manifold. Another intake manifold. Anyways, that one's $279. So clearly I have to take off one of these intake manifolds. Maybe I'll look and see which one's better out of the bunch. Two-piece wheel bearing kit for the car. That's $98. 2-piece sensors. Stage 3 CM racing clutch for the car. You know, better, lightweight crankshaft pulley. That's obvious. Need that because the stock one is low-key heavy. Type S oil pump, but I want to get that one ported, and also so I could match my ported head. I have a Type S head from the 2006 Acura RSX, which is the K20 Z3 head, I believe. I'll pop some photos up of there. I didn't port it myself, by the way, or you know, anything close to it. Fuel rail kit, starter. I have a starter, so I might not need that actually. OEM fuel injectors, but I'm probably gonna go with the Acura RDX fuel injectors from the turbocharged one. Better spark plugs, nonetheless. Brakes, fuel pump, or external fuel pump, and an ECU, which is $249. Grand total of $312. I estimate the labor will take about 24 hours. It won't take that long. To take the car completely apart, it took me, without procrastinating, 2 days. But that was like learning curve, me learning it, and also like me and my little brother doing it together, just having fun. But yeah, so here's my seat, like doing different maths. I was trying to solve for the coefficient of drag for the car, because eventually I do want to like go fully out. Some of the people that I want to work with is eBay Motors, obviously, to start off with, and also this company right here. They make wide body kits for my car. They make one for my car, and it looks fire. Pretty dope. And so it comes with side skirts, rear diffuser, wing, canards, and it's all nice and flowing together. I mean, that just looks so dope. And then if I exit out of this photo, oh, damn it. Sorry, Lord, didn't mean to curse. For everything involved with it, it's $4,460, but they do have, sponsorships, or like they do get sponsorships and they have terms on it. So that's pretty cool. It only costs that much more. I think base with like none of the extras on there and the base shipping, it's around $3,500. So not entirely bad, if I'm being honest. It's almost more than what the car was originally worth. But you know, I want the car to be better driving, look better, handle better, overall be a better car to drive, to be able to show for. But yeah, so that's how those are my thoughts for the car so far. You know, be able to make it a fast car that is naturally aspirated for now, not for long, and try to do everything myself. I have a lot of people that are helping me learn, and so that's pretty cool. Some fabrication shops that are teaching me some things. So eventually I want to learn it all myself. Eventually, where do I want to take this? Full tubular chassis, carbon fiber under tray, carbon fiber roof, everything carbon fiber practically, besides like what you can't make, all made in-house by me, pre-impregnated carbon fiber. I think it's cool, but like I'm not gonna have the car exposed carbon fiber for long. Like there definitely will be some shots with it being like exposed carbon fiber, like those BMW bikes that are full carbon. Mint. But yeah, so those are my thoughts on what I want to do. obviously limited funds on a matter because it is very expensive and time consuming. So I'm getting a second job to help with my business because I do train and coach boxing, and I do photography. Also, some of my photos right here. I take photos of my big brother, and other people in general. This person right here. And so, yeah, if you're in the San Antonio area and you're looking for photography, you could follow me on my IG at Elijah R. Cloud. Same thing on TikTok, and same thing on here. Thank you for watching the video. May this find you well. May Jesus be with you. He is my Lord and Savior. He's your Lord and Savior. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you.